Hello, Aries. How are you? Today's November 11th, 11/11. Hope you jumped on that 11/11 manifesting moment. We've had some planets change signs. Mercury is now in Sagittarius. So you're thinking maybe rushed all over the place. But finally a little bit of fire in the sky. Venus is out of Virgo and into Libra, where she loves to be. So you should feel the energy a little bit lighter than it was last week. And then we have a new moon in Scorpio on Monday, with Mars being in Scorpio as well, which rules our sign. So this is a very good moon for financial manifestation, if you are interested. But let's go ahead and take a look at the energy. What is the overall energy for the Aries watching this video? Overall. All right, like to see that. The Success card. Let me read that to you, although it is relatively self-explanatory. Okay, so satisfaction, contentment, and fulfillment are at hand. Love that. Success is waiting to expand in your life. Be ready to accept and embrace the success, for it might happen rapidly. All is possible. The gates of triumph are waiting to open. Being in a state of gratitude for all the small successes in your life will give birth to larger ones. Remember, we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now, about how like begets like and attracts like and makes more. So if you want more positive in your life, you have to start creating a vortex of positivity. It will be easier now to do that now that Venus is out of Virgo. Virgo is a relatively pessimistic sign, as is Scorpio. So with Mercury moving into Sagittarius, which is a very optimistic placement, your thinking will be more optimistic. You'll be thinking that, like, actually it is possible. Not only is it possible, but it's almost owed you. Mercury in Sagittarius also is the truth teller, like people blurting out the truth with the best of intentions. But, you know, if someone's like, oh, you should lose weight, they don't mean it to be mean. So your satisfaction will come in many forms and for many areas of life. Celebrate it all and breathe it all in, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. This is an excellent time to make commitments, sign contracts, and make deals. Good fortune will ensue. And this definitely speaks to that new moon in Scorpio with Mars being there. This week we also have a Sun-Mars conjunction. So that is very good for deep commitments. You know, the 7th house is partnership, but the 8th house, which is what Scorpio rules, is soulmate connections, which, you know, as we know, can go either way. But it's a good time for making lucrative deals. Let's just put it that way. All right, let's get the challenge energy for the week. Challenge energy for the week of November 11th. And you know, this whole thing is really about this whole summer. And we have the 8 of Cups here. So the challenge is letting it go. And actually, this is pertinent to the story I was about to tell you. So as the people who've been following me for a while know, my daughter is heading into college. And she has a mix of what she wants to do and where she wants to do it. And we have not been able to find anywhere where all the dominoes fell in line. Or we did find one, but the process seemed impossible. And so we had worked all summer to find something that was acceptable. And they were both wonderful options, but they still weren't right? And so we decided to give it a second go, right? She was like, you know what? I really want to focus on studying this thing. Like, I don't want to study the other thing that we had chosen as a compromise. I really want to stay stuck to studying this. And I went back and I looked again, and I picked back the university that we had discarded because the process seemed impossible. And actually, at second glance, when talking and investigating with the person and going deeper, Scorpio, I found out that it's not impossible. And actually, it's very possible that the university that is where she wants to be, that has what she wants to study, she could potentially get into. And that was only because she felt a sense of commitment to something in her self, and was we were willing to dig deeper. These are both scorpionic energies. Being committed to something, not wanting to separate from it, being willing to unearth the truth and the answers. And so where we would have run into difficulty is if we were so stuck on the plans that we had already made, right? So if you have some situation in your life, some level up, right? Because North Node is in Aries right now, forcing us into a new era, into a new chapter in our lives, right? Like going to university, getting married. It's one of those really pivotal life moments that happens once every 18 to 20 years. There may be something that has been almost good enough, but not exactly right. And what these cards are saying right here is that if you stay stuck to what you want and you dig a little bit deeper and are willing to let go of the solution that you currently have, the placeholder solution, that actually you can find what you're looking for. Now let's get the lesson here. Lesson for the week of November 11th. All right, we have Kutumi, the cloak of wisdom. And he says, you already know the answer you seek, right? Trust what you know. So this is like I was saying with the whole university story. She knew that she was compromising on what was really important to her. And so she decided to dump what we had decided, what we'd agreed on, and open up an old conversation to pursue it even further. I'm having the same thing with my professional. I had made some sacrifices and compromise and was like, all right, fine, this'll do. This is like one of those moments where this'll do isn't the right answer. If you push a little bit harder, if you dig a little bit deeper, if you stay stuck to your intentions and your beliefs of what is right for you, you can find it. And with the Mercury and Sagittarius there, he's going to help you find what you're looking for. Because he's all about, especially when Mercury hits 27 Sagittarius, which is the galactic center, information comes flying out of there. It's known as the whistleblower, I was going to say whistleblower disease, whistleblower degree, where information just comes pouring out. So if it's not now, it could be before in about 27 days. Let's get some cards for the week of November 11th. 3 cards for the week of November 11th, please. 2 here. All right, I'm going to actually take this one first because it came up first. So the 2 of Pentacles. Remember I was saying you have 2 options, and you're not sure which is right. And the answer is the third one. The Wheel of Fortune, things turning around, creating new opportunities. One more, please. All right. Okay. So 4 of Wands. This is about leveling up, celebrating, having something to celebrate, putting the cornerstones down and celebrating it. So this would be like, a startup gets funding, or, you identify, you get an offer overseas, that like there's the beginning of a new journey. It's not the end of the journey, because you have the four wands there. It's just put the cornerstones down of a new threshold that you can cross. It may be challenging to go through the process or to find. Remember, we're still in the process of digging for something here. However, if you are willing to put in the legwork to find the answer, 2 cards that say success, right? 3 cards that say success, 4 cards that say success. Like, these are all phenomenal cards here, which means that, like I said, there's this little 10 of wands here who's like reminding us that it's not going to come flying at you. The answer you seek, like, you know it, right? You know it exists out there. You just have to go out and find it. It's going to take a little legwork. It's going to take some effort, but don't give up, because I feel like this time, especially with the Wheel of Fortune showing up here, it's like if you've been stuck, like, I don't know, like neither of these are perfect. The energy has shifted now to the point where it can help you find what it is that you're looking for. And if you're willing to put in the work, it's going to pay off. If you're willing to put in the work, it's going to pay off in the end. All right, let's get some advice here. This is going to be a short reading. We love those, no? All right. Let's get the final words of wisdom for Aries, the week of November 11th. The other thing here, that like if you just look at this very quickly, you might miss the panther here. And that's the other kind of point, right? You're going to have to dig for the answers, or you're going to have to make sure that you look at everything. Don't just take a quick glance. The 10 of Wands is a very important message here, that the success is hiding. It's not necessarily apparent, but it's there. And it could be one of those hiding in plain sight things. Like I said, with my daughter's university thing, it was the process that we thought was going to be impossible. So, or we were just using different criteria, because at that time she wasn't committed to a specific field. The moment she was committed to the specific field allowed the rest of the pieces to fall into place. Now, this is the second time we get wisdom as a lesson, as advice, and this is a 9 here. He doesn't have a number. So this is Metis, wisdom. Let me read this to you. Okay, it says, experience woven together with knowledge creates a beautiful thing, wisdom. Its parts are entwined like a finely made rope that is so strong it can't be cut. Wisdom, once earned, becomes an essential part of you. Right now, the Greek goddess of wisdom, Metis, says you know exactly what to do in your current circumstances. The real question is, and here is the word again, do you have the commitment and the courage to make a wise choice? Your answer is not to hide. You are being invited to look within rather than without. Take the wisdom you already have and apply it to your question. Perhaps, however, you must instead draw forth the humility to find someone wiser to weigh in. In this powerful time, others may seek you out for your wisdom. This is also an auspicious period where new relationships are founded on deep truths shared with others. You are entering a potent period of your life to share all that you are and all that you have learned. Extraordinary things are possible when the goddess Metis reminds you of your wisdom and the need to express it. So this is very good. I love a good Aries reading. We don't get them so often, do we now? So yes, dig deep, look beyond the immediate, the apparent. The answer is staring you in the face. But you may be like buried in worry, you may be buried in work, you may be buried in activity and not going into, like, not looking in the right places, not digging deep into that commitment and being what is really important to me, right? Without, if you're like, so I could apply to 10 different jobs, right? Each one doing different things. I don't send a message of commitment to the universe. I don't put out a very specific wave, so that wave can't be matched. I put out 10 different things, so it's kind of like chaos comes towards me, right? The more you are focused, laser focused, clear, and willing to put in a little bit of extra digging, the more it will pay off. That, you know, the energy has shifted. What you want is out there. You just have to go and get it. And you will, if you go looking for it, you will find it. That's what this is saying. Oh, that's so cool. So if you've got the 10 here, right? If you lose the 4, you find the 6, right? So this combination, finding what the level up is, crossing the threshold, leads to victory. It may be hard work, but everything adds up, right? And then this is a 10 too here. So 3 10s on the table. Endings, new beginnings, new starts. Go find 8 plus 2, another 10. So what is that, 5 now? 4. 4, Emperor. The numbers are speaking today on 11/11. Hope this was helpful. Have a lovely week. Enjoy that new moon. Don't forget to manifest your financial desires, the ones you are committed to. Committed, willing to go the distance. And I will see you next week. Take care.